2001's The Fast and the Furious found major success by all accounts, and in the years since, the franchise has spawned has more than left its mark on Hollywood. It has made several big-screen stars, taken in boatloads of money, over $6 billion in fact, and made front-page news on more than one occasion. One of the strongest examples of this phenomenon is the bitter feud between two of the series' biggest names, Vin Diesel and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It took hold of the media several years ago, and has seemingly re-emerged on the road to the premiere of F9. In an interview with Men's Health, Diesel was asked about his experience working with Johnson in previous Fast and Furious installments. More specifically, he discussed the part he played in influencing Johnson's performance as Luke Hobbs. Diesel said, noting that he went the extra mile to make Hobbs come off as an in-your-face, hard-hitting character, and that he's proud of the final product. My approach at the time was a lot of tough love to assist in getting that performance where it needed to be. I would do anything I'd have to do in order to get performances in anything I'm producing. At first glance, this may just sound like Vin Diesel explaining an unorthodox method to get Dwayne Johnson's portrayal of Luke Hobbs just right. But when you consider their personal history and various reports from their time working on Fast and Furious films together, Diesel's 2021 statement is completely recontextualized. Buckle up, let's ride through their rocky relationship. This story begins on August 8, 2016, when Johnson made a since-deleted Instagram post to voice his displeasure with someone on the Fate of the Furious set. He outed an unnamed person for acting unprofessional and not backing up their behavior, clarifying that he was on good terms with most of the cast and crew otherwise. He wrote, "When you watch this movie next April and it seems like I'm not acting in some of these scenes and my blood is legit boiling, you're right." Naturally, this opened up speculation over who he's referring to. Even more naturally, various news outlets ran with this developing story and spread the common belief that Vin Diesel was the person Johnson was not so subtly pointing the finger at. According to TMZ, the two parties met up for a secret meeting on August 9, 2016, in hopes of putting their anger to rest, adding that the Fate of the Furious cast was unhappy with Johnson for causing a stir at the tail end of the shoot. Apparently, the clash stemmed from Diesel's position as a producer and his penchant for making changes that drew the ire of his co-star. Later, an anonymous source close to the project told people that the tension between the actors had been on the rise for months. A common complaint was Johnson's apparent lack of punctuality, sometimes not appearing at all and stalling production. This angered Diesel, but he was far from absolved of any wrongdoing. Other reports claimed he would engage in similar behavior, even locking himself in his trailer during the filming of Furious 7. As word of the budding rivalry began to spread, Johnson hopped back on Instagram to try and quell any further rumors about him, Diesel, or anyone else connected to the Fast and Furious name. Once again addressing the on-set animosity, but highlighting that the ability to work past it is what really matters. And like with any team, that's a family, there's gonna be conflict. Family is gonna have differences of opinion and fundamental core beliefs. To me, conflict can be a good thing, when it's followed by great resolution. Come August 19th, Vin Diesel took to Facebook to speak directly on the subject, showing his appreciation for the fans for their support and letting them know that, "Without you, I would not be doing Fast 8. He then detailed their involvement in Johnson landing the Hobbs role to begin with, revealing, "We gave the role that was originally written for Tommy Lee Jones, we gave it to Dwayne, and he shined in it." It seems all that sunny chatter didn't make it all the way to Johnson. He made a post of his own that same day on Instagram. He announced it wrapped up on the Fate of the Furious with a caption thanking numerous people involved in making the project a reality. Guess who he didn't mention? Yup, Vin Diesel. Though few doubted Johnson and Diesel weren't at odds, their fellow Fate of the Furious star Michelle Rodriguez set the record straight. She told People in September 2016, "Any human being who knows what men are like knows to stay out of those situations and let them figure it out." Nevertheless, she clarified that the two were friends even in the face of their heated conflict, and would put aside their differences sooner rather than later. Months later, the press tour for Fate of the Furious was in full swing, and Diesel expressed his love and appreciation for Johnson. He told USA Today on April 7, 2017, "I don't think the world really realizes how close we are. In a weird way, in my house, he's Uncle Dwayne." 2 days later on Entertainment Tonight, Johnson posited that his issues with Diesel boiled down to different philosophies and that the most important thing at that juncture was the film itself. With that, TMZ reported on April 18th that the two were once again on good terms, and that their beef was officially squashed. With all of this backstory in mind, could Vin Diesel's most recent quip about The Rock and his acting abilities reopen old wounds? You can bet that Johnson's cooking up a response for sure. We can practically smell it now. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about acting rivals are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.